Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be how little the narcissist values your time. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. I'll jump right in. So time and value, these are two things that the narcissist knows very well. First of all, they knew how valuable you were and you are as a source of supply and what you brought to the table. That's value. And time. Time is the most valuable commodity on the planet. That's my take. Many people believe that time doesn't exist. Think what you want to. For me, time does exist and it's precious. You can't get it back. So how little the narcissist values your time, think about it. Let's take the workplace bully as an example, i.e. the narcissist. Well, what do? They consume your time while you're on the job, and many times when you're not supposed to be working. Example here, let's say that you had to go meet the boss who turns out to be a narcissist for a quarterly review or a yearly review. Well, what do? Well, they make a big concern about, let's meet Friday at 2 o'clock, between 2 and 3, and we're gonna review everything you've done and what you didn't do and the pay raise and the bonus. And well, 2 o'clock comes Friday and they're nowhere to be found. Where are they? Who knows, but they're not where they're supposed to be, so they waste your time. And now that gets put off until a later date. You see, they did not respect you or your time. They didn't value your time. They didn't care. They made that appointment with you, set it up, you were looking forward to it, you're prepared, you had everything in place, and they were a no-show. That's exactly what the narcissist does many times. That's one example. Another example would be the weekend. Same thing with the workplace bully, i.e. the narcissist. Well, it's the weekend and you're supposed to be free. You get off work Friday at 5 and you return Monday at 8. Sounds good, right? Well, not so fast. At 4:59 on Friday, the narcissist is going to dump a mountain of work on your desk and say, hey, we need to get this done before Monday, and you're the guy to do it, so good luck. I don't care what you have to do. I don't care what holiday it is. I don't care if it's your birthday. We need this done, and you need to be responsible. If you want to even consider getting that pay raise or the promotion or the corner office, I would suggest you do it. They'll say it some way like that, or many times they'll just dump work on your desk and they'll say they can't do it. An emergency happened. They have to go somewhere. And where are they going? They're going gallivanting the globe, golfing, being on a yacht, disappearing, becoming unavailable, but they don't value your time. They want you to do the work. And that's why the workplace bully is a very challenging individual, to say the least. Having said those things, how little the narcissist values your time, think about when you were in the relationship with them. If you had to go pick them up or meet them, would they be on time? No, they wouldn't. They would be either late or early, and you could never deduce what time you should be there to pick them up, as an example. Let's say you had to pick them up at 6 o'clock on Friday. Okay, well, you were there at 6 o'clock. Well, was the narcissist ready? Probably, but they made you wait because they had more important things to do, and they wanted you to be sitting around waiting for them. You see, they didn't value your time. Take the same example, and I've shared this one in the past a couple times. Same example, you have to pick them up Friday at 6 and you are early. Well, what happens? Well, then you text the narcissist, hey, I'm here, ready. Are you ready? Well, they may see the message and not respond. Why? Because they're gonna make you wait. But also, they may stay later till 6:30 and claim that they never saw the message. And what are you doing? You're waiting again. What do? You waste your time in these relationships. This is how the narcissist does not value your time. They don't value anything about you. They want to take advantage of you, manipulate you, have you believing that in fact that you are in a stable and or healthy relationship. They want you working for them, doing things for them to the detriment of yourself, to the betterment of themselves. But they don't value your time. They don't value anything about you, I'll tell you right now. What they do is they look at you as an opportunity to be exploited, somebody to be taken advantage of, someone who does not know the value that you possess. And time, again, is a huge commodity. So let's think about this one. You were in the relationship with the narcissist. Let's say it was a period of time. Maybe even you got married or you entered a romantic relationship or a business relationship, whatever it was. Well, that's time you can't get back. Think about it. Now, I'm not saying second guess all the time that you put into the relationship. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that whatever period of time you were in the relationship with them, that was a period of time that you had to experience that relationship. I would not be going backwards and regretting the time that you spent, because there's nothing you can do. You can't change the past. You can only learn from it. And that's what we do on the channel. The other thing is, when you were in that relationship with the narcissist, think of all the sleepless nights that you experienced, all the times you couldn't get to bed. You couldn't go to bed because you were tossing and turning. All the crazy, and I don't use that word lightly, dreams, the vivid dreams, if you will, that you experienced when you were in the relationship. Almost surreal. These were dreams of messages being sent to you from above. Yes, they were. And these dreams also get sent to you post-narcissistic relationship when you're on the healing path. The dreams about the narcissist or anything to do with the narcissist when you are in the relationship or whether you're on the healing path post-relationship, these dreams will be unlike any other kind of dreams you've ever experienced, and they will be quite vivid, and they will have meanings to them and purpose to them. Trust me when I tell you. That's another thing. Think about the value of your time, what you can do when you were out of the relationship. Well, I'll tell you, you had to heal, you had to learn to grow, to become educated and awakened. You had to become enlightened and empowered. And those things didn't just fall in your lap. You had to process things. You had to slow your whole life down post-narcissistic relationship, specifically if you got discarded or if you ended it yourself. You have to heal. And there is a lot of healing to do. There's a mountain of work in front of you. You will do it. I did it. If I can do it, you can do it. But the point being is time is on your side post-narcissistic relationship. You may not see it that way. You may say to yourself, well, I don't feel like myself. I feel like a shell of myself. Well, the reason that is, again, is because you just exited one of the most challenging and toxic relationships known to human beings. And that relationship has changed you. And now you're healing. You're understanding that you have to slow things down, that there is a void that you're going to have to fill, and that nothing happens overnight. Now, having said all these things, think about how little the narcissist appreciated you and how little value they had of your time. They didn't care about you one bit. Now, let's say, for example, you were discarded. If you were, the narcissist, what they did is they took the mask off, they smashed it on the ground and disappeared. And they didn't give you closure. They wanted you to see if you would figure them out. They wanted you to discover if you would know what narcissism was, if you would find my channel, if you get your first light bulb moment. But they didn't think that you would ever figure them out. Believe me when I tell you that. And that is why so many times post-narcissistic relationship, you have to heal. You have to process childhood wounds. You have to go deep within yourself and understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. The narcissist has already moved on to another source of supply or sources of supply. Yes, they have. That's what they do. That's why each and every relationship with the narcissist has an expiration date. It's just a matter of time. Will you end it or will you be discarded? Or the third answer or solution there is you are existing in the narcissistic fog, the zombie-like, trance-like state. That is no way to be existing. You want to be living. You want to be enjoying and experiencing life. But there are so many different ways. Let's take texting for a minute. You text the narcissist. Back then, when you didn't know that they were a narcissist, you text them messages and you're pouring your heart out to them, or you're telling them your emotions or what you're thinking or how you're feeling and things like that. What do? Well, they're just going to, first of all, weaponize that against you at a later date. Second of all, they may not even respond to you, thinking you're weak. Third of all, they may read it and act like they're busy and not communicate. Oh, it slipped my mind. I didn't see the message. I have no idea what you're talking about. Or maybe number four, they just give you one letter, the letter K. So you just poured your heart out or just shared a whole bunch of insight with them, probably overshared, and you typed a couple paragraphs of information. This is when you were in the relationship, or even if you're out of it. And this is when you haven't healed, by the way. And then what are you doing? You're just giving them ammunition because they want you wasting your time. They want you explaining things to them. They want you thinking about them. They don't want you healing. They don't want you growing. They want you stuck, trapped in that narcissistic fog. That's what they want. So all of these things I'm sharing with you, how little the narcissist values your time, they never valued your time. They valued their time. That is why when you made plans with the narcissist, what you would do is you would be excited to do something, let's say go on a camping trip or attend an event or something, and then many times they would pull the rug out from underneath you and they wouldn't go. Why? Because they could, number one, but number two, because they wanted to blow up your experience. They did not want you to have a good, pleasurable experience, and they knew that you were counting on going to that event or attending that ceremony, whatever it was, and they wanted you not to have a good time because they didn't value your time. As a matter of fact, if you flip the script, they wanted to make sure you didn't enjoy your time. That is exactly what these people do. So think about what I'm sharing with you. Post-narcissistic relationship, when you have healed and you are really centered on yourself and you're focused on yourself, and all of the individuals who were toxic and or didn't care about you have weeded themselves out, and you have now insulated yourself and you've built boundaries, and your social circle is now really small because that's the way you want it. Perhaps you've fallen in love again, or you've relocated or started a business or whatever you've done, but you've invested in yourself. When you do this, you understand that your time is just that. It's your time. It's not for another individual to take from you. It's not for another individual to tell you what to do with your time. It's not to be an unpaid helper or an unpaid servant stuck, trapped in a relationship that is going nowhere, i.e. the narcissistic relationship. What you're doing now is you're slowing your life down and you're focusing on yourself and you're going at your speed. And if some mornings you want to sleep until 10 o'clock, it's what you do. If some days you want to go home early, that's what you do. If you want to meditate, do it. Walk, go. If you want to create anything in your future that benefits you, you do it. You don't do what another individual was wanting you to do, and they were bullying you into doing it, which included giving up all of your resources, your time, money, energy, health, social circle, status, tangible assets, everything. Those days are long over. So how little the narcissist values your time, they've never valued your time. I gave you the workplace bully example. I gave you the examples of the romantic relationship or friendships. Friendship's another one. Think about that. You have a friend, turns out to be a narcissist, and you have plans to go do something with them. Well, at the last minute, they cancel. Why do they cancel? I'll tell you why. Because something better came along, and they just didn't want to go with you because they're always looking at different opportunities. What's the best for them? They never care about you. They never have. They never will. This is why they don't value your time. The narcissist only values one thing, and it's themselves. They sincerely do not care about another individual other than what the other individual provides for the narcissist. That is the way it works. That is the way it will be. The narcissist is incapable of change. If you think for a minute that the narcissist can change and come over to the good side, think again. They can't. At their core, they're hollow, empty vessels, and all they care about is themselves. Guys, the dog's barking, so that's my cue. I'm going to close the video. Guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. God bless you. I love you. And remember, the narcissist doesn't value you or your time. All they valued was your money, your resources, what you could do for them to get them to the next level. That's the only thing they valued. Guys, remember, no matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. God bless you. I love you. And I'll talk to you tomorrow with a longer video. Bye, guys.